Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pyandon's monster development at patreon.com/Pyandon and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. And yes, I'm still I still have the mark from the nick from the other day. It's scabbed over now. So hey, more red than normal red on face. Oh boy. Anyway, there were some updates to the Pie Suite, to the alien life part of the Pie Suite, that I should probably talk about. For the most part, it's been changes to module slot counts of a number of things, of which I think only one currently applies, and it's a bit of a problem because I don't have the modules to fully update those buildings currently, which is a bit of a shame. And I'm going to go over, because there is something else I have to fix there. This is the Corlex that has been modified, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff, but Corlex in particular applies to us. Also, Ulrich have their breeding program done at this point. Still waiting on Moondrop. Slash other thingies. Still waiting on other thingies, I think. That's the point. It's like, okay, Ulrich is done for the breeding program. I'm not really in need of that particular breeding program right now. It's good that it's done, but I don't need that particular one. I need to squeeze. I won't be able to squeeze through here. Maybe go this way. And then break through. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, on our way to the mall. So the mall should have some Corlex, unless I'm not doing any basic Corlex right now. That would be a little frustrating. If not, what I'll do is I will head over, thank you for stuffs, and start making some, like I am a whole bunch of other stuffs here. That's part of the various breeding program stuffs. So this has given me 25 more modules. I need a few more than that. As this cycles. The issue being I'd rather it not cycle. I'd rather not do this process to get Corlex for modules. So the Easy Squeeze Ranch, wherever that exists in this mess of things. The Easy Squeeze Ranch, which is huge, now has many, many more module slots than it used to. Yeah, see, I don't even, I can't even do the stuff here because I don't have Bhoddos going on the network right now. How is it going right now? Well, as it turns out, I'm begun the process of reducing my caffeine intake, which, yeah. He says while ingesting caffeine. Yesterday, instead of having my usual amount of coffee, I had over 1 full cup less. / 2 full cups less. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that one. Yesterday I had the normal cup in the morning. Skipped the normal second cup that I have right now, and had it closer to noon, like the 11 o'clock hour. And that was like my third cup, and then I didn't have the rebrew cup in the afternoon, and that was pleasant. that was a completely pleasant experience. I would highly recommend going through this experience. All right, so what really happens is it makes you tired, of course, but then you also don't suffer the effects of being overdosed on caffeine either. So you it it sort of is balanced because you don't experience the overdose and then drop once the caffeine starts to wear off later on. But yeah, the cost is you're just going to be tired all day, the whole day. So I'm going to try to not drink any more coffee after this cup today. We'll see how that works out for me. But this is the time to attempt to do that. Just for reference, of all times in existence, this is the time to attempt to do that. I actually think I'm just gonna stick Bhoddos onto a train and send it to the mall. I think that's what I'm gonna do. This module slot's not changed. What? Okay, I guess it hasn't actually been pushed yet on the number of module slots of this. I know that it's coming, which is definitely saying a lot. So, because I know that it will come, I'm going to request things here, and that stupid water barrels. Of course, the water barrel stuff's shenanigans will be had on this day. Dang. I really didn't want to have to do this, but it looks like I may have to. Yeah, so what I'll do is something I should have done a while ago, which, I don't know, did I do a while ago? I have forgotten. I have forgotten completely. I don't think I've done it on this map. I might have gotten around to it on a previous map, on a previous playthrough a really long time ago, but as of right now, I think the answer to that is no. And that is actually properly set up empty barrel production. And I guess I will technically do the same with regular barrels filled with water. So this will be making the barrels, the empty barrels. And these empty barrels will, of course, fill a rather big chest. If I can find a rather big chest, that's a rather big chest. This needs to be a rather big buffer chest. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And this needs to, like, request the doohickeys, the barrels. Empty barrels, wherefore art thou? You request empty barrels. Oh, right. Yeah, stuff things. Really? Oh, inventory, why? Why do you have to do this? Well, go away, since I don't need those. Empty barrels. You will take a few. 5,000. Empty barrels. And then it's just a matter of... This moves how quickly? Not that quickly, so just throw a thing there and you'll be enabled so long as empty barrels are less than 5,000, less than or equal to... No, we'll make that 1,000, so that the rest of those 4,000 is the actual buffer that'll go up and down over time. So the only time we will add into this warehouse with extra stuffs, this will consume 1.5 of steel, is when we don't have enough in this warehouse. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to do the exact same thing with the filled water barrels. I'm going to save 5,000 there. We're going to have the thing that'll go... Actually, I need a much bigger one, because this moves significantly faster. I need a much, much better inserter. That will take the thingy and be like, hey, when the water barrels are... You are enabled when you are less than or equal to... Excuse me, that should say less than or equal to 1,000. That is when you will operate. And then, similarly, we need to request the empty barrels from buffer chests. I need a few more than just 10 to get this operating at max. And that will be that. We have 5K. We have 1.7. We have more than 1,000 in this chest, so we're good. It is properly doing its thing. We are properly functional at this point in time. Yay. We just need significantly more steel in this chest. And then we will be good. What is eating this inventory space? That. I want my things, like all of my things. Here, get rid of the steel. Am I even requesting steel? I don't know. Am I like legit requesting steel? I don't think so. No. No, I'm not. So that's an inventory spot free. I do want to keep the cable, the copper cable, just because it's situational. Situational. It's good to have around for those times when you need it. Now, do I need to have both red and green wire on me when I don't really do things that involve needing 2 separate wires for things? Probably not. I say that, and then I'm going to immediately need to have 2 wires for something within the next 50 hours or so of game time, maybe. And I will immediately regret not having both on me. But hey, sure, we'll go with this. Have some inventory spots. So yeah, it's moving. It's functional. Functional. We now have this for them all, which will provide the things that are requesting it. In particular, this right now, which just needs the Bhoddos. Now, before I go ahead and do the Bhoddos thing, before I go ahead and do that, where is my vehicle? All the way over there. I actually do need to go to the Corlex itself, because there is something broken at the Corlex build. Unfortunately, there is actually something that was not functional at the Corlex build, despite the module slot thing not actually going live yet. There's a bunch of stuff that had module updates, but it doesn't appear as if that's in the most recent release of Alien Life. I was expecting it to be. I thought it was, but it's not. At least I know it's coming. So yeah, I will need to add the Bhoddos onto my trains and fix its biomass production. That's the other thing. I need to repair that as well. Alright, so over here, what is broken is the production of augs. So, this is a problem. How did this happen? I'll tell you exactly how this happened. So you see this lane here of the cages goes to the top. Well, even though I'm input prioritying, right here I have this input priority, it still can only put it on that far lane. And because I'm shoving everything onto this right lane, it uses the bottom lane. It shoves the stuff on the bottom lane in before the top lane. So none of this can actually get used. It will always bring in the stuff from the bottom lane. So how do we fix this? Well, the easy way is to make the stuff on this bottom line be on the bottom lane, which can be easily achieved through doing that. Huzzah! And that should actually be enough to get this moving again. That little bit of motion should be enough to kickstart things. As sad as that is, that will kickstart stuff. It is a bit full on the quote buffer space here, but hey, it'll end up like this anyway naturally, I think. But yeah, that'll make sure all the things will move, and it will always prioritize this now. This lane will always be prioritized. And that, as they say, is that. So that makes them 8. Excuse me. Let's clean out some of that. Yes, strange. Strange belt setup. It's just because I need the water on the other lane here. I've built it. The water in is on this other lane, but I sort of need to have all of these cages used preferentially versus the ones being brought in by train. And hello. And welcome. So, that is theoretically repaired at this point. Let's just pull in a good buffer amount from the buffer so that everything can function again. It's a whole 2 augs, so hey. And the meat is used to make the food all the way down here. So the food wasn't operational for a bit. A little bit. And now that the food is operational, the Corlex shall roam free again. / frolic in a pen. And get milked. So our casein shall flow. Huzzah. Eventually, as in the next update, Corlex will have significantly more module slots added to them. So I need to address that. have 2 loaders with only one thing loading when it's below the threshold. I mean, that's exactly the kind of thing that I've just done with the water barrels. That pretty much sums up what I've done with the water barrels now. At the mall. Effectively, that's what I've done. Just do the same thing with the cages there, I guess. Might be needed. Okay, so this whole thing at the bottom here needs to die. Like, this is no longer the way to feed these Bhoddos. The only problem is I don't actually have the inventory space for this. So... Destruction Derby? I think it's that time for the crawdad to do its duty and destroy all the things. These are outdated things regardless, so sure. The inserters, though, I could continue to use, but whatever. Destroy the buildings. These have some significant health on some of these. So, destroy. Sort of want to have that. Yes. My inventory. She is full. Yeah, jeez. Who would have thought that the inventory would be full when trying to clear the stuff? Who would have thought that would be an issue? As I just trail things behind me. That stuff needs to go. In fact, that stuff needs to be, like, auto-trashed. Along with... what? Damaged goods, of course. You are inserting. Excuse me. You are absolutely inserting these things. Ah, biomass. Right. Yeah, whatever. Get back in my inventory. You there. Go in that for a second. How's the trash slots looking? Fairly decent. Right. See, it's confusing me because I have logs. 0, 0. Do not hold on to logs. Thanks. The destroyed stuff looks very similar to the stuff that's actually on the ground. So that can be a little confusing. I mean, it's nice, you can tell what was destroyed there if you want to replace it, but yeah, not in this instance do I want to replace those things. Alright. Well, that's that cleaned. I don't exactly know how many thingies I need. I'm gonna place those down so they get repaired. Place that so it gets repaired. Place that so it gets repaired. Just saves space down in here by repairing things. Alright. So, what was I actually building here? How many of these? 9? 9 whole thingies? 0.59 biomass? That's okay. Here, we'll build in reverse. All of the things. Do I still have any sap though? Of course I don't. Why would I carry around sap extractors? Why would I do this thing? Actually have some sap extractors on me for any time I need to build this thing for the biomass. Why would I do this? Why would I do this thing? Let's head back to the mall anyway to clear out the trash slots. And then go back up, fix a thing, get the Bhoddos onto a train station. Oh boy. It's gonna be interesting. All this just to have more Corlax modules. I hurt a train. Apparently. Here comes the doohickeys. Right, give me, like, a couple of those. Where's the vehicle? Where'd you go? There. Here, take some of that for me. Just to have a few stored. And back I go. Eventually, I will have Onyx. Eventually. Also, so Yadles, has this gone through? Yadles... hasn't gone through yet, but Yadles will be changed to use Alien Sample 2s. Something is being changed with Yadles to Alien Sample 2s to make them actually available to use. It will be glorious and magnificent and wonderful. They will actually be able to be used. Like, congratulations, I can use you. Always one tile off. Donkey, donkey, donkey. Water. There's your water. Things. Out. Up. Power. Everything has power. I don't know how much one compost plant makes at Mark II. / if I would need more stuff than this. Here, have another. Have 2 saps. Sure, why not? Where am I going to put this train station? Oh god, that is good question. That is very good question. Where shall this station live? I don't know. I also don't know, like, how I'm going to modify this Bhoddos, if I am at all. going to modify this Bhoddos. Alright, well, you there. Fine, I will do exactly this. That's simple, just place it again. There is a redundant thingy on the entrance. Get rid of that. Yes, yes, yes. Inventory. The inventory sucks. Because it is so very full of things. Okay. You are Bhoddos Depot 1. Congratulations on being a Bhoddos Depot. And just like you are a Bhoddos Station 1. Congratulations on existing. All those things must die. Goodbye, trees. Goodbye, trees. You will not be missed. And this will load from the bottom. Very simply like that. The power... Excuse me. Power. There you go. That's the spot for the power. Guess I'll place the train. Bhoddos don't stack very high, but I'm still only going to keep, like, 3. At least they didn't used to stack particularly high. Here, have a thing. Bhoddos Station to deep... That's betting, that's not Bhoddos. Bhoddos Depot. Yeah, right there. When you are full, circumignition, do your thing. Yeah, so this says 480, but I think the stack size on these has changed. So as soon as I start pulling out, it's going to start, filling to the proper sizes again. So that's how that's going to be done. Oops. Ta-da! Thar exist the Bhoddos. The magnificent and glorious Bhoddos. They shall fill warehouses. And this is just buffer that's existed for hundreds of hours, so don't be alarmed that there's some that exist. Because yeah, they'll be very, very slow. They shall continue to be extremely slow. Alright, why do I need the Bhoddos? I need the Bhoddos because I'm about to do caged Corlex at my mall so that I can have enough Corlex modules for an impending change to a number of creature buildings, but in particular, Corlex, the buildings are going to have far more module slots than previously. It is a significant increase that is going to be happening soon, and I just do not have enough modules of Corlex. So I'm doing what I've been doing with a whole bunch of other breeding program stuff, just not doing the breeding program at this point, which is making the caged quote-unquote version at the mall. That's very fragile, that building. Apparently that building is quite fragile. And I also need to build a doohickey. A station. Thank you, robots, for all the beautiful stuff that you are bringing me right now, even though that completely fills my inventory with stuff. What did Immortal miss? You have missed the adding of... Oddly enough, you have missed the adding of Bhoddos to a depot. I built train station Bhoddos. Of all things that I could do, I built train station Bhoddos, and also I fixed this issue with cages up here at the Corlex build. So the casing was broken because the cages feeding the Augs were being brought in on this top lane from the bottom that I was trying to input priority. But guess what happens when you build like this? Yeah, the game will always send in the bottom lane here and not the top lane. So it backed up and broke. So I had to fix that. And yeah, Corlex is one of the buildings that's going to be rebalanced in this next update here with way more modules added. So yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm working on, is making sure I have the modules for the impending change to Corlex in particular, which requires putting Bhoddos here, unless I want to make Corlex food at the mall, which I don't even remember anymore. What's the Corlex food? Watch, I'll have done the things with Bhoddos just to do Corlex food at the mall. Of stuff I have at the mall. And then not even have the Bhoddos. So, hey, congrats, guess what we're doing now? Hey, yeah. I need a source of steam. I need a source of steam. That's a source of steam. But I guess I'll just, like, copy it. Paste it. Be like, hey, give me... Where's that? That's the one. So, what's missing? Nothing. Nothing is missing. I could have just done this the entire time. Made some Corlex food. And been like, hey, instead of doing that recipe, do that recipe. And request those things. And we're done. Let's not even screw around with the Bhoddos. We'll just not have that exist. Sure. Sure! Fine. Thank you. Thank you kindly, brain, for deciding to actually do the food. I'm still gonna put Bhoddos on the on the thing. Let's be very clear about this. I'm still gonna like do the Bhoddos on the thing. I don't want the name changed